So everyone, it's HeapCVA. How you doing? How's your week? How you doing so far? I know for a fact that where I'm sitting, it's Thursday in the evening. Hope your day was good. I've been doing all right. I've been working on videos. I've been working on how to create videos like this. I haven't actually done one where you actually see my face since I lived in another house. And so I was trying to figure out how to make it work because I went to a stacked monitor thing. I have one and then another above it. And while it's good for some things, it's not good for others. It did give me more desk space, which I really needed, but my neck is killing me from doing this constantly. Doing down here, do this, do that. Not a good idea. I'll probably change it out tomorrow. Anyway, why am I making a video that doesn't have gameplay? I try not to do that to you guys any more than I have to. I had talked in a few videos about making changes to the channel, specifically about uploads and when videos will be up on the channel. Why would I do that to you guys? A couple of reasons. I'll try to keep it as short as I can, but give you enough information to understand. I was doing, when I started back on the channel after my little absence, I was doing or making the attempt to do a video, at least one video every day. That's Monday through Friday and Saturday and Sunday. And I think I pretty much got it done. I wasn't 100%. I'm pretty sure I wasn't 100%. Why wasn't I 100%? Let me tell you why. Because you asked. I found out, and I knew this all along, but I was kind of hoping things had changed since I left in 2018 for a little bit. I hope that things had gotten a little easier as far as YouTube content creators, what kind of experience they get in uploading videos that they need to get on the channel at a certain time or date. Excuse me. And it's really obvious to us that have YouTube channels, and if you do, you know exactly what I'm going to be talking about, is when you try to upload a video on a weekend. That's sometimes even Friday, but certainly Saturday and Sunday, and maybe even the early part of Monday. And why would that be a big deal? In the 7 days, why would those 2 days be such a big deal? Well, when you look at the algorithm for video uploads, and one of the things that YouTube rates you on is your views, how many times your videos get looked at, and how much time each video gets watched and how long. Like if it's a 30-minute video, is somebody watching all 30 minutes or did they bail after 5 minutes? And I know that's the case because quite honestly, I can see that in the behind the scenes stuff on my channel that tells me who's who in the zoo, how long they watch, not by name, but by number, and different things like that. So weekend days, Saturday and Sunday, provide the highest views per video. And if you know anything about the lifespan of a video, not so much in gaming, but in a lot of other things, especially news, anything that people have to get the content up because it's drastically important for it to be shown the same day as an event, weather, news, different things like that. So they need to get them up on weekends because that's the highest viewership for obvious reasons. Where most people got their day off. And if they're not out doing something and they're killing some time, most people, I was really surprised how many people kill some time just kicking back and watching YouTube videos. I do it. I absolutely do it. And no, I'm not watching my own videos all the time. So anyway, what this creates is sort of a bottleneck. Now, I would not claim to know everything about the YouTube system. I have heard, and it would make sense to me, that me as at the bottom end of the food chain on YouTube probably doesn't get somebody giving me a secret path to uploading faster than the guy that has 5 million subscribers, if you get what I mean. And so me and a whole lot of YouTubers like me are trying to upload their stuff, latching onto the same bandwidth, keeping our fingers crossed. And on weekends, a 30-minute video that should upload in about an hour and 20 minutes, which is my expectation on average 7 days. It could take an hour. It could take 5 hours. It could take, well, let's see, 18 hours by my experience not too long ago. And so weekends don't hurt my channel because you don't realize what's going on behind the scenes, but it creates extra work in a time frame which I don't have that much time for extra work, if you know what I mean. So I'm creating content, I'm uploading content. When it gets up on YouTube, it requires me to do some additional work. It's not tough, but all the processing that happens after you upload still eats about an hour to two hour out of your morning or your night or your day, whenever you're uploading. And it counts against time you have to do like other videos or do the behind the scenes stuff on the channel. There is some behind the scenes stuff that does need to be done. Certainly, you try to keep your YouTube page fresh, recent, that your links are correct and they work. I have a Facebook page, so it needs to be managed. I used to have a Twitter account. I actually still have the Twitter account. I just don't provide a link to it anymore. That's a story for a whole other time. It's not linked currently for a multitude of reasons. And because I'm using a provider called TubeBuddy to help me manage the channel. And it's part of a video that I'll go over at a later date, hopefully before the end of the month. So knowing that I've already had issues uploading, and I'm not mad at YouTube. There's only so much bandwidth in the universe to cram millions of videos in a weekend through a small pipe with a bundle of videos bigger than this, just for example. And so things bog down. It is what it is. I doubt they could ever build enough bandwidth. So you take what you can get. So that has me looking at weekdays and trying to decide, can I get enough done on weekdays to get the weekends, the Saturdays and Sundays, cut loose so that I might use them for something else. And so what I'm going to do, and I've actually technically started doing it, is I'm no longer going to upload on Saturday and Sunday. I'm not going to have a new video on the channel on Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to take those 2 days and convert them into time to create Wow. I've only tried to do this video like 7 times. And that's a whole other story in itself. There's a lot of stories on me, man. Anyway. I want to take the Saturday and Sunday and use it to create stuff for the channel, work on the backstage stuff, if you will. Deal with my Facebook page. Deal with software updates, you know, trying to learn how to use both Audacity, which is on the screen up there, OBS, which is what I'm looking at right now because it's right underneath the webcam. And then when I render the video, I use Movie Studio 17 Platinum, which is, like I said a few times, that's Vegas. Used to be Sony Vegas. Now it's Magic Vegas. That's the company that bought it. That's its little brother or little sister. It's a smaller sibling. How's that? And so there's a lot of extra features in, excuse me, all those programs that I'd like to be more of an expert on. Instead of the simple settings, I'd really like to take advantage of some things with Audacity and with Movie Studio that I don't need a bunch of flashy 3D titles flipping around with loud music or anything like that. I'm not that kind of person, and I don't think my channel is that kind. I like to keep things simple because you're not here to watch my intro. You're here to watch the video. But I'd always love to find out if there's a way to make the video better, cleaner, more in focus. You know, like when I use Photoshop to manage photos and I fool with lighting and contrast and all of those things, those same settings are in your most video programs for rendering. And I want to get better at it. And I'm going to use the weekends to do that. Now, to qualify that comment, I will use Saturdays and Sundays if something really amazing comes out. New game, huge update in one of the 3 that have updates right now, which is Into the Flames, Flashing Lights, and Emerge MIC. Not in any specific order. That would require a video on a weekend, and I have no problem doing that. I'm not sure I want to harness myself to that all the time because I lose time in things that need to be done. Like when I reconnected my webcam and, you know, make the settings and try to figure out where I was going to put it. It has its own tripod. That wasn't going to work. I didn't want you looking at my nose because the camera would be too low. I don't want you watching this thing flip-flop back and forth. At least it's a little above me. You don't see that as much. There's just a few things, you know. There's only so many USB ports on a computer. And I got a lot of stuff that is plugged in. Thank goodness I got 1,000 gigawatts power supply for my computer. It's not gigawatts, but I like the sound of that. Anyway, so no uploads on Saturday and Sunday. And my goal, I'd love to say 5 days a week videos, but what I should say, just like what happened Monday where we had family come out, I kind of knew what they were going to do, but I assumed that they were going to go find stuff to do on Monday and give me like 2 hours. That never happened. By the time I got to my computer, it was midnight. I did some stuff, but it put me a day off. And actually, I think it's put me 2 days off. And so I want to say between 3 and 5 videos a week, Monday through Friday. It gives me the weekend to do the things I was talking about. Plus, when people post questions, comments, requests, things like that, Saturday and Sunday is my day to make sure I covered every video that got something posted on it. Whether it's just a thumbs up for the person that commented or a comment that needs answers or whatever. As I get more into other videos where we talk about how to make your gaming computer better, and I think that's a reasonable thing. I have been asked a lot just about frame rates and what can you do, and do certain games run or not run on certain computers. And rather than just tell one person and then I have to go find the others and tell them too, is just make it a general thing out there so everybody can see it at the same time. That's my goal anyway. So I'm hoping that this change, which is significant, will actually make the content that goes up on the channel better. It will come out in the time frame that I really want it to, instead of always being messed up somehow, whether it's by me or by the upload system or whatever, or my inability to make a video like today. I don't like these kind of videos. I don't like to scare you people seeing this face. This is what I see in the mirror every day. It's not pretty. It won't get any better. People are sending me stuff on my Apple Watch, and it drives me nuts. I told myself yesterday, take the stupid thing off and put it in another room, because it makes more noise than my phone does, which is just right there. Anyway, I'm hoping this all works. So the third part of this whole thing I'm talking about, and I didn't really section the other two off, but this last part is where what they call engagement of your audience. I need your guys' input wherever possible, both in this video here and videos that you see on my channel where you're like, oh, I saw you didn't do that. Oh, well, how come you didn't say this? Or, hey, great video. I love your channel, which I get it. I've actually got one of those recently, and it's like, man, I had to hold my chest to make sure that, I wasn't going to see Elizabeth. If you ever saw that TV program, most of you probably aren't even old enough. I'm saying stuff you guys don't even know what the heck I'm talking about. But if you could leave me comments about this video. And the measurement we can use is, if you think this is a good direction for the channel to go, thumbs up. You don't have to say anything if you don't want, but I would appreciate if you do. If you do this, and I get it, if you could take a second to tell me why, I would really appreciate it. I am not bulletproof, but I've got a pretty thick skin after 34 years in the fire service. We are hard on each other. We are our worst critics. We love to, take a bite out of others just for the laugh factor. So it's not unusual for me to get those things, and I know how to deal with them. I don't lose my stuff very often. But even the negative comments or the criticisms are super important, and I appreciate it. Lastly, and I'm not a huge fan of asking for these because I was always thinking it was just a natural for YouTube. But if you haven't yet, consider subscribing and hitting the bell, clicking on it so that it's got the little lines next to it. Because the way the algorithm seems to be working, and I'm learning more in some videos I've watched in the last 3 days, that it's getting to where if you're not subscribed, the algorithm does certain things. And if you are subscribed, it does different things. And one of the benefits of subscription, which is free, thank God still, is that you're the first group of people notified of a change on the channel, of a new video, or of comments that are directed directly at you, which I think you get anyway, but I think it's a little bit different format. It also gives me the opportunity, and I didn't even know this, that I can create content which can be seen only by the subs. I don't want to push that too far. Not now by any stretch, but there is a reason for that, I guess. I've seen a lot of channels do it. So I think there's a reason for it. I obviously need to ask some questions of a few YouTubers to see why they do it. I'm not in that mode right this minute, but it may come down the road. I don't know. And so all those things are pieces of this puzzle to improve the channel overall, improve the content that's uploaded, and my ability to do the best job I can for you guys. So hopefully that made sense. If it didn't, again, please let me know in the comments below. I really appreciate it. That being said, as I usually say, thank you so much again for coming by my channel. I apologize for not doing a gameplay video, but I really needed to finally explain this without any distractions. The stuff that I said, I'm really serious about. Don't think I'm just saying it to make myself feel good. I do this for you guys. I did it for me in the first place because I was trying to teach myself how to use a computer and talk without really mixing up the English language. But now I've realized how much it is important to not only me, but a lot of other people. And so that's the way I look at it. I'm going to get back to working on this video and at least 2 more because I'm a day behind. Get some gameplay up. I want to do some gameplay just for myself, if nothing else. I'm sure we'll bump into each other in one fashion or another in the upcoming videos. Thanks again for coming by. I hope the rest of your weekend's great. I'll see you soon. Take care.